Let's talk about how to make more money as a homestager. So having built a 7-figure homestaging business, I'm always asked, how do you maximize the profit in your homestaging business? How do you make sure that you're on track to hit those 6-figure months, ultimately build that 7-figure business? So today, in this video, I'm here to share with you how you can maximize that profit and make more money today by not necessarily getting more clients, but actually maximizing the profit and making more money from your existing clients. So there's 3 ways in your business to make more money. Number 1 is increase your prices, increasing your profit margin. 2 is to make more sales, which means getting more clients. 3 is to cut some of your costs. So today I'm going to share with you the 10 ways to make more money in your homestaging business, taking into consideration these 3 pillars. The first thing I suggest doing is having one focus and shutting everything else down. What do I mean by this? I mean that if your homestaging business is the thing that you want to build to that 7-figure mark, the thing that you want to make successful, but you're dabbling other things like network marketing, or you have another business on the side, or you're getting distracted by thinking, shall I go into property investment, real estate agency? Have one focus. If the homestaging business is the thing, that is the only business you should be running. Jack of all trades, master of none. Focus on that one business, become the expert there, build the name, then you can take that name to other industries. I ran my homestaging business for 5 years before I ever decided to coach another woman on how to do the same. And it's because I wasn't chasing the money elsewhere. I established my name, built a really successful business, and then once I had that, started something else. One thing that people really fear is just increase your prices. Now, I understand why you might have a fear around that. I've also had the same fear of raising my prices and everything that I've done, because if something's working at a certain price point, there can be that fear of, well, if I increase the price point, then people won't pay it and my business, won't succeed. However, number 1, everything in life has went up in price, right? So the cost of gas, the cost of groceries, everything has increased with the cost of living crisis. Number 2, the more experience you gain and the bigger brand and name you build, the more you can charge. And number 3, just because you raise your prices doesn't always mean that you'll make less sales. You could actually make more sales. There's certainly a sort of vibe about something being too good to be true. Something can be too cheap and people don't actually then value it. Whereas if your prices are that little bit higher, you're probably going to attract that little bit more premium client and someone who is serious about working with you. So increasing your prices incrementally to the top price that you would like to, let's say starting off perhaps by 10%, 20%, you're adding additional revenue into your existing business without actually having to onboard any new clients. So let's talk about negotiating lower rates with contractors based on the volume of business that you pass them. So let's take, for example, like a removal company or working with a man in a van. I go to every contractor that I work with and I say, based on X volume of work, I would be looking for an hourly rate of X. And negotiate that with them, because a lot of these companies are one-off moves, one-off removals. Actually, my business is going to pass them a consistent stream of daily business. And even if you're at the stage in your business where you're not sure you have that business yet, you're not sure you can provide that for them, I would still go in there with the confidence and offer that to them, because you know that if you are upping your business, getting more clients, that stream is going to come. And I always think of this like when I started off in business, those relationships I created when I was starting out, some of them I still have today, and now they're making a lot of sales working with me, even though at the start they weren't, but it's a relationship that's developed. On the subject of cutting costs, if you can cut down the cost of your inventory and what you're buying, but not cut down the quality, then you're gonna see an increase in your profit margin. So this really is all about negotiating with vendors to achieve those cheaper rates. Everything is easier when you can buy in bulk and buy in volume, then you can actually bring down the cost of each item. It's also about nurturing those relationships if you're not at that part yet of your business. Now, people always come to me and think, I want to buy wholesale, I want to buy wholesale in my business. When it comes to like the furniture world, buying in bulk means like buying, 100 beds, not just 5 at one time. So when you're considering volume, think in the hundreds. We import cushions from abroad and we import about 1,500 at a time to 2,000. So that's the level of volume you're thinking. Otherwise, you can just buy smart high street until you reach that level of volume. So let's talk about increasing your sales and getting more clients. Did you know that you're more likely to, it's something like you're 70 to 80% more likely to sell to someone who's already bought? What? I don't know what it was. So I just had to look it up because I forgot what the stat was. The success rate of selling to a customer you already have is 60 to 70%, while the success rate of selling to a new customer is 5 to 20%. So that's why one of my tips to make more money in your home staging business is to encourage more repeat business. That journey you have to go through to get someone to buy from you the first time and give you that first yes is such a long process. Why would we keep repeating that time and time again with new clients? We need to find ways to encourage repeat business. Whether that's sort of like a scheme, if they come back to you, they get a percentage off, or you just have this, VIP list of clients, or there's a way that they're prioritized over a new client to make them feel valued as an already paying customer. It's so much easier to continue to nurture those relationships and get them to buy twice than to get someone completely new. Now, one of the easiest ways to get more clients is to find someone who already has loads of your clients and create a relationship with them. So for example, a real estate agent, or if it's more on the rental side, like a rental agent or a holiday accommodation agent who already has loads of your ideal clients in their books, and they can refer you business very easily because both of your services work hand in hand and there's real synergy there. This is how I've been able to scale so quickly, is that when I didn't have an audience, I was able to leverage other people's audiences and clients by creating a relationship with that main person and then being referred. It is the fastest way to scale because you can now reach thousands, even if your own personal reach is only in the hundreds. The secret to my fast scaling success was opportunities, opportunities, and opportunities. You do not know where these lie, but the biggest chance of you being given opportunities is by building an expert personal brand in the industry. It's no longer about who you know, it's about who knows you. By building my brand as that expert in the space, I am tagged daily in posts where people are looking for home stagers, looking for other companies to work with. And I no longer have to be the one tagging myself. I don't need any team members to do it. Because I've built that brand, I've built that name, the opportunities come in because people know who I am. And this is when you reach a real level of expertise in business growth, is when people are recommending you because they just know of your name and your reputation. Alongside that, you're also going to bring in many other life opportunities by building a personal brand. I've been able to take my personal brand that I've built in the home staging industry and now leverage that into other income streams. Now remember, at the start of this video, I said to have one focus. So it's not to say you're going to be looking for those opportunities in other industries right now, but it is a long-term solution, a long-term strategy, building your name, building your brand. Because if I then take it and I want to take it and apply it to, I don't know, launching a tequila, then it works, right? And it's why people like Ryan Reynolds has a phone company, a gin company, a football team. Think about Rihanna and her beauty brand. People build their personal brand because they can then apply it to everything. You can make more money in your home staging business by actively seeking out clients rather than sitting back, hope marketing, and waiting for them to come to you. This is actually one of the biggest mistakes that I see home stagers making, is that they put out a few social media posts a week and expect the business to come in. It comes from that saying, build it and they will come. Actually, they won't. You have to go out and seek the client. Coming when you don't have the brand yet, when you're not an established business, you're a hunter, not a gatherer. And this can look like a whole range of ways. This can be actively going out and selling yourself at things like networking events, speaking events, or it can be actively messaging people online, sliding into the DMs, cold calling. And yes, there's cooler ways to do it than that really cold approach, but there is ways to actually attract your ideal client and directly get into their inbox. That's active selling, not hope marketing. We're just hoping that someone comes across us, hoping that someone stumbles. I don't know about you, I want to be a proactive seller, not a reactive. One of the ways that you're missing out on revenue is because your business has now reached a capacity and you can no longer take on any more business. And this is the place I got to within my first year of business. I realized there was a potential to take on more and more sales and jobs, but I couldn't do it all alone and I was facing burnout. I realized I reached my capacity. And this is where a lot of businesses reach. And a lot of the times their business goes downhill or shuts down because they don't have the capabilities to take on the business. And so by rejecting clients who want to work with them, they build a bad reputation. So to make more money, you actually have to spend money. And by spending that money and investing, you need to invest in a team. Start to build out a team of people who work for you so you can increase the capacity of the sales that you can take. If you are just a one-man band and struggling to scale beyond that, then there's always going to be that ceiling of how much you can earn. And this is why I teach this inside our mastermind, because this is the point I got to in my business. And actually hiring a team, building a team, and putting that structure in place is one of the hardest things in business, and to this day is still one of my biggest struggles. It's what I teach in the mastermind, and basically I help you build and scale up to that 6-figure level and beyond. And that means building out the team, building out a consistent daily client acquisition system in order to see everything scale at once. If you scale one and not the other, the business will head for failure. So guys, I'm going to link that below to apply for our mastermind if you're at the point where you're thinking, I've reached my capacity and now I need my team. The final way for you to make more money is to start scaling and growing, and that means working on the business and not in it. You will never scale your business past a certain point if you're working day to day in the business, doing tasks, menial tasks that could be replaced by someone else who you put onto an hourly wage or a yearly salary. Working on the business is what's going to propel this forward, give you a chance to even implement the 10 things I've mentioned and make this work. If you found any of that helpful and want to know more about working with us in our mastermind, I've linked the application form below. And if you just want to tap into more free resources, more of our trainings, then join our Facebook group in the description below, where I'm in the Facebook group weekly with a live training or a live interview with one of our successful students. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you on our next video.